Hello once again, everyone, and welcome to the Sanctuary. Once again, we are playing Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, as a bit of a trip down memory lane, just to catalog the last 10 years of Final Fantasy XIV, and address some of the changes that have happened in those 10 years. Alongside me for the ride is a good friend of mine, Major Flippy Nips.
Jarbeefus.
So before we continue on our journeys, let me just re-explain the rules right quick. Yes, I have some rules to this particular playthrough. So for the most part, I'm doing new characters across the board up to the Envoy quests. Afterwards, I will be switching to Chris Valentine. Of course, all of my instances will be done as duty support only, with the exception of Alliance and normal raids. And finally, of course, after the Envoy quest, I will be running as Chris Valentine under New Game Plus, but I will be doing each expansion as the job that Meteor was portrayed in that expansion. So just to recap again, with A Realm Reborn, I will be running as Warrior. Dragoon, I will be running as in Heaven's Ward. Stormblood, I will be running both Monk and Samurai. Monk in the Alamegan campaigns, and Samurai in the Doman parts of the main scenario. Shadowbringers, I will be running as Dark Knight. And finally, like I did in my previous playthrough, I will be running Endwalker as Paladin. That being said, what's that?
God damn it, now I gotta change my class for playing Warrior. I chose Gladiator.
All right, so let's open up our side-by-side. Oh, God, that's unnerving.
What, looking at yourself in the mirror?
No, I was making a joke there. Okay, so in this particular episode, we are addressing episode 2C, which I ran as Vapa Noon in Limsa. So for the most part, where we left off in this particular journey, we had returned to Summerford Farms, and I kind of rushed through it the last time only because it was getting so late. So I didn't do a lot of the voiceovers that I normally do during these streams. I did start episode 2C with the level 5 Marauder quest, the Axe in the Stone, but I'm gonna fast forward through that because we don't really need to see that. This is more along the lines of the main scenario that I'm worried about. Now, we also ended the stream in episode 1C, still kind of reeling from the Dress to Call quest because we weren't well equipped yet. But thankfully, that problem is no longer the case. All right, so sorry. Let me find. I need a quick drink of water. Something stuck in my throat. Shut the fuck up.
No. No, I won't.
All right. So anyway, let's continue our little journey into this blast from the past with the next quest and see what happens. Ah, Veras. That aura of confidence tells me you've not been idle since last we met. I hope I've read you all right. For I have a task that requires the attention of a capable adventurer. Might that adventurer be you? Probably not. Oh, wait a minute. What did I... Hold up. We have... Oh, yeah. That's right. I forgot. All right. Good air. I shall lay before you the sorry tale. You will have heard rumors of the abductions. Aye. Citizens have been disappearing from every corner of Limsa Minsa, as if plucked from the face of Heidelin, boots and all, by an unseen hand. And what's this got to do with Summerford Farms, you might ask? Well, that remains to be seen. It seems a collection of right unsavory fellows with azure of tattooed faces has been creeping up to the edges of the fields and spying on my yeomen. Now, I doubt anyone would enjoy being scrutinized by such savages at the best of times. But the farmhands are convinced that they're the kidnappers of Ruma, come for their hides. Needless to say, they're beside themselves with worry, and their work's suffering for it. Which is the very last thing I need when my old crewmen are still getting used to their new jobs. It's a struggle to get them to leave the farmhouse of a morning. That is, as they say, where do you come in? Would you be willing to investigate these tattooed thugs for me? Good lass. The sooner we get to the bottom of this, the sooner this place will start to resemble a working farm again. I suggest you begin having a look around Sea Song Grotto. If reports are to be believed, our unwelcome visitors have occupied the place. Be careful, though, Veras. I couldn't say for sure what manner of miscreants we're dealing with here. If they are the kidnappers, well, just be on your guard, all right? All right, so I don't think I talked to the Chocobo Keep over here yet. But I don't obtain it until level 10. So oh, there's a few huh. I totally forgot about oh my god, Skull Sunder and Fracture I forgot. Foresight I forgot. But we still have Heavy Swing at least. Now, keep in mind, I've been brushing or treading the same ground for the past 2 episodes of several missing skills in Final Fantasy XIV. Oh, and I just got Ramparts, which I need to move here, I believe. I'm sure they'll rearrange themselves once I get Warrior back up. And there we go. All right. We're going to fast forward through watching me take down Boggies and
some noob just exploded. I'm probably next.
I am the waves that bear. I am the winds that guide. I am the evening stars. I am the morning sky. I am born of the sea, and there shall I die.
And here we meet everyone's
Thus
favorite
the
sassy cat
Requiem
girl.
carved into yonder stone.
I'm not over there yet. Kidding.
A special hello to Juju Steen, who's watching us on Twitch. Thank you for the posture check, and my day has been pretty good so far. all things
It is
considered.
both a litany against
I like to rub my nipples.
misfortune for those out on the waves.
Or like you
And
like to
a
flip your
prayer
nipples.
that the souls of
Shut up.
those who perish on land might find their way back.
You're
to
just
the
jealous
sea.
that I have a special talent that you don't.
Ah,
Meh.
you are the adventurer I've seen around Summerford Farms. I thought myself on the trail of the kidnappers, but it would seem I have missed my mark. Or perhaps not. As I suspected, the etheric disturbance here is no natural occurrence. Nor is it a coincidence
Oh boy,
that the
I
two
learned
of us
teleport.
come here in search of those responsible for the disappearances, only to be attacked.
Okay, before we continue, let's notice there is a discernible difference on how far Y'shtola is in this cutscene as opposed to where she is when we did this way back when.
Was she closer or farther away?
Oh, she's further away now.
Oh,
Like
it's
she's
probably
not
because she can smell you.
cute. But no, I think that may be an error on the dev's part, though.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe they specifically did that on purpose.
Who knows? Yeah, well, I'll send it a dev ticket, you know. Anyway.
Alright.
But who stands to benefit from the keeping of this secret? Oh, such thoughts must wait. Let us attend to the task at hand, unpleasant though it be.
Another thing that I've been bringing up a lot these last 2-3 episodes is the absence of the TP gauge. And I certainly don't miss that, you know?
Nobody misses that.
And that's the end of that. We'll just fast forward through the rest of them.
Phew.
But yeah, for the most part, that was a lot simpler than... It's a lot quicker to get through those if you're properly geared. But even now, it was a lot... It took a lot more time back when I first did it. And also, we didn't have altered thigh boots back then.
Damn it.
In fact, looking through it,
Here. Feel.
I've noticed a lot of the rewards for certain quests have changed early on in the main scenario.
Oh, didn't they now? feel like they did that because it just makes more sense to give you stuff that you could actually use.
I mean, yes. They had. I mean, first and foremost, like I said in the last 2 episodes, they've changed a lot of the quests. Like, there's been days where there have been quests that they've totally removed. There's been lines of dialogue that have been either removed or changed. And certain rewards for certain quests have been changed up.
There once was that shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim.
Well, that would make sense after all the changes they made.
And as it hath faltered,
Specifically to cut down on the amount of time it takes for you to get out of the base game into the first expansion.
Yeah.
presaging an end to
Like, I don't mind it. Like, I was mentioning it earlier in one of my fellow streamers Discord channels. For the most part, what's the word I'm looking for? There were certain quests where you would have to defeat X amount of enemies and collect the one thing they drop only during that quest. And I'm just sitting there like, oh, they got rid of this. Good. I was tired of having to prove my worth so much.
Yeah.
And especially in the Gridanian start, there is one particular quest where you have to retrieve these etheric studying supplies that somebody dropped because they were a pussy, and then you had to slay the monsters that were around that area as well. They reduced the amount of enemies you have to kill, and they also reduced the key items to that of just one. So the changes, especially now, even though I only started streaming Final Fantasy XIV during Heaven's Ward.
and shine thy light on all creation.
It's a lot. It's still very noticeable, is what I'm trying to say.
I mean, yeah, that does make sense.
Awake again? Are we?
At the same time, it's been so long since I've been this low level, I don't even remember half of the shit. I do know they used to not have markers above quest mobs. That was always fun, trying to figure out if what you're fighting is the thing you're supposed to be fighting.
Yeah.
I have seen knives of this kind before. They are most commonly used for the cutting of rope. It would appear our culprits are seafaring.
It also, I will say, it doesn't help.
The most probable.
It doesn't help that when I started,
You seem much recovered from
part of
your
it is I started when Heaven's Ward was out, or I decided to stream it when Heaven's Ward was out, and also I was playing on PS4 as opposed to now where I'm playing on PC.
And you're still using a controller? What is wrong with you?
I beg your pardon.
Yes, because
A towering crystal. I'm sure I do.
Oh, we can't have nice things.
Well, well. This has been a day of unexpected revelations.
Let me address the chat right quick. Juju's day started off wet, then it was okay, and then went to shit at 6:07 with a call that lasted an hour. Yes, somebody did say nipples, because we have major flippy nips over here.
I didn't say anything like that. People are saying that I said that, or falsely accusing me of saying things I never said.
The days ahead promise little rest, I fear. May our paths cross again, under the light of the crystal.
I've never once brought up anything like that. They're insane.
Yeah, unfortunately, we have the receipts.
Those are doctored.
Yeah, just try proving that to a court of law.
I can. With the technology these days, I can actually have a solid argument that whatever video file or audio file has been put up has been tampered with.
I'm only running back because I know I have some hunting log enemies that I can freely kill. Juju's like, show me the receipt.
You know, it's funny. The first time I played this game back in like 2015, I totally neglected the main story quest and all of my job quests until I was like level 40.
Jesus.
I didn't know what they were. So it was like doing dungeons and random quests that I found.
Part of me regrets not starting my whole streaming of Final Fantasy XIV back when it first started. But at the same time, back then, my equipment was shit.
Yeah,
I think
the joys of growing up and getting money.
Yeah. And besides which, wait, no, the PS3 had a streaming ability, right? I forget.
So. I don't know.
I forget. Anyway.
I haven't played it on a PlayStation since like...
Yeah.
2017?
Yeah. Alright, let's get back to Stelven. Veras! Right glad am I to see you safely returned. My lads were all gabbing about hearing what sounded like all 7 hells breaking loose near the grotto. I feared I had sent you to your death. If you were in the middle of that commotion, I hope it yielded something of interest. I'd hate to think you risked your life for naught. Oh, before we continue, here's something I don't miss, and I'm going to switch to our video scene to talk about it. Here's something I definitely do not miss, or do not like, and that is this right here in this particular chat log. I kept my chat logs pretty small on my alts, only because I wasn't really chatting with anyone when I was doing streams, or at least I tried not to. But you always get the, what the fuck was I? Oh yeah, guild sellers are still a thing. RMT traders are still a thing in this game. We're probably never gonna fully get rid of them, but they used to be so much more obnoxious back in the early days of Final Fantasy XIV, and even the early days of Heaven's Ward.
Of course they are. They're blight on every fucking MMO.
Yeah.
They're not going anywhere.
Yep. But anyways. A blade pulled from the back of a creature you slew at the cave, eh? Aye. I'd agree that such a knife would be part of any seafaring man's kit. Starting to think that these ruffians are pirates, come to lure my farmhands back to a life of plunder. Chances are they didn't take kindly to your appearance on their doorstep and set a mad and goobu on you. Aye, the pirates have been adding to the numbers of late. I best warn the lads and lasses in my employ to be on guard against their schemes. You met someone else at the grotto. A woman with a strange contraption. Ah, Ystola. She's been in them settlements for a good while now. The studies of the ether often bring her out to Summerford, so her presence at the grotto is hardly unusual. She's an odd-looking lass, I'll grant you, but she's not the kind to associate with kidnappers. You can take my word for that. Where trust should be lacking is in those yeomen of mine who have yet to wholly relinquish their pirate past. The temptation to return to the free and easy life of a buccaneer may prove too strong to resist. You have my thanks, Verus. If it weren't for the efforts of a stalwart adventurers like yourself, this farm would be in a far worse state than it is. Just you keep on lending your talents to those in need, eh? Help bring Limsa to the brighter future she deserves. Yeah, take the potion, cause I'm probably not gonna use it.
Oh, hello, Sultana. Proceed. Oh, look, it's fucking Thancred.
Alright, let's continue
Thanks.
with Stelvern. That sea sloth Severin and his lot. Never around when there's work to be done. Sooner hire you for the sake of getting things done. Then the rapscallions would never learn. Round them up and let them know Stelvern would like a word. And don't take no for an answer. Alright, I'm just gonna follow the same path that I took with Vappa, because otherwise I'll be here all day. Or wait, have the position? Nope, the positions haven't changed, or at least not some of them. So there's Sozai Razai. All right, then we ran all the way down the path. Oh wait, the rock. Hold up a damn minute. Oh, I think there have been some positions that have been changed. There's Ulmer. You know, I honestly think they should just set sprint the same way they do it in PvP at this point. Oh, our good
being
one moment. We've got our blue screen of blocked footage thanks to the PS4. When you're in PvP, sprint is permanent unless you are attacked or you start attacking.
Well, I mean, think of it like this. Can you sprint forever in real life?
Yeah, true, but still.
It would be nice.
Okay, all the positions of NPCs are still in the same spot. Now, where's that, there it is. Alright, now we're finished with that. I will say this, it's very nice to see that there are a lot more new players now, especially with the release of
Xbox.
Yeah, with the release of the Xbox version. Oh, before we continue, let's address another thing that's actually missing.
Xbox's players' inability to play the game.
No, first and foremost, Juju, thank you for coming. Have an awesome night. Wish you could stay longer, but hey, go relax.
Run. Run while you can.
Thank you for the lurk. Try not to drink half a bottle of wine, though. Seriously, dude.
Yeah, don't drink half. Drink the whole thing. Be a rebel.
Oh, come on. Don't encourage him.
Be a man. Drink 2 bottles.
Take your time, Juju, and don't listen to this clown pocket.
Hey, I drink bottles, okay? Now, what they're filled of, maybe alcohol, may not be alcohol. Who knows?
Yeah, but you're also a crayon eater, so...
You're just jealous that I have the ability to do something like that.
I'm still wondering what your favorite ones were.
I've already told you it's blue.
Anywhoozy, let's talk with Stelvern. Oh, Jesus. Don't need the... There we go. You continue to impress, lass. All but Severin are accounted for. It's no fault of yours he's squirmed out. I've let that worm wriggle through my fingers more times than I can count. Rest assured, the next time I see him, I'll put him squarely in the dirt, where all such worms belong. Alright, so, before we continue, let's address a missing quest that is no longer in the main scenario with, what's his name? Gurkhant. The quest Further Afield, which we definitely had to... We had to dispatch a few mandragoras outside of Summerford Farms. Not a hard task, mind you, but... Still, one wonders why it was really needed. What's the next quest? Double dealing. Alright, we're back and caught up. Pains me to say it, but all the gil in the world can't buy loyalty. There are some like you who can be trusted, then there are others. Until now, I've had no choice but to rely on that charlatan Severin, even though I am full aware he's been doing shady deals behind my back. More than once I've heard tell of improper trading with goblins. I wouldn't be the least surprised if that would happen right now. A bell ago, a sack of oranges vanished, as did Severin. I want you to find and confront the bastard for me, Virus. I'm sure there's wrongdoing afoot, so be sure to doubt anything that comes out of his mouth.
Not the goblins.
But yeah, returning back to our previous conversation about, you know, more players, especially with the release of the Xbox version, honestly, it makes a lot of the previous areas a lot more lively, especially in these early stages. Like, for example, Ul'dah used to be... Nobody wanted to freaking hang out in Ul'dah back when I first started.
Me? Do you know, even back in 2015, 2016, there were still degenerates standing around fucking Ul'dah, Limsa, and fucking Gridania. There were people here.
Not as many as there are now, especially not in Lamia.
Yeah.
Like, I used to be at the Aetheryte Plaza. I'd see at best maybe 4 or 5 people around Aetheryte Plaza. Now we got a whole sweeping crew right outside the door, right outside the exit. Anyway, there's Severin. Bloody hells! I'm up the street without a paddle. All right, now I gotta doubt this fucker. What's this now? Still haven't sent you for the oranges. Huh. So the old bugger had known all this time. Yeah, what does it matter anyway? Listen, you're one of those goody-goody adventurer types, right? Go rescue me mates from those double-dealing goblins. They're just over yonder by the bonfire. And I just did that with only 4 abilities to my name.
What are they? Eat, sleep, go to bed, go to work?
Yeah, pretty much.
That's pretty boring.
Yeah, it is. That's why I have this.
I guess that makes sense.
These sprouts don't know how good they've got it. Alright. We saved Severin's mates. Alright. You saved me, mates. And for that, I owe you. Suppose I should be ashamed I couldn't clean up my own mess. A pirate knows no shame. I've no qualms about going back on my word. I'm only giving you this sack because I like the cut of your jib. Take it to Allstein and send him my regards. Alright, there we go. What do we hear? Delivery for Summerford Farms, and it's scheduled. Ha! The first time for everything. Look at that. Not a single one missing either. But the only things not here are those bagmen. And I don't miss them one bit. Here's Servon's payment in full. With you, I can trust it'll reach him. I'm just gonna use an Aetheryte ticket to get there. I got 50 of the fuckers, so I might as well use them.
I'm surprised you haven't used it yet.
Alright. Back in one piece. That's a relief. How'd you fare, Villas? Ah, this was what I was aiming for. Looks to be all I was out, alright. Though I'd be telling you false if I claimed I had not held out more hope for Severin. I was even willing to overlook the skimming off the top. Sell us all short in favor of those god's-forsaken goblins. You do well to mind yourself around that 2-guild cheat. If he'd leave his own mates for dead, there's no telling what he'd do to you.
Probably tickle your pickle for a nickel.
And now we have overpower. And one thing I did not address, but only because I haven't addressed it yet, is a significant change in how overpower works.
It overs the power.
No, remember when it used... Oh, hey, Rainbow.
I never played Warrior. I don't know how they play.
So, one of the things about Warrior that really kind of grinded my gears was back in Heaven's Ward, let me pause this for a second because I think we got low maintenance coming up. Yep. One thing that pissed me off about Warrior as opposed to the other tanks, Paladin and Dark Knight, was that Paladin and Dark Knight both had full circle AoEs as their kind of like aggro pull. Like Paladin had, back in the day, Paladin had flash, and Dark Knight had damn it, I'm forgetting the name of it because I haven't played Dark Knight since Shadow.
If you're thinking of that weird ground thing that causes claws to pop up, they still have that.
Yeah, I know they still have that. In fact, it's now a combo. But back in the day, Overpower, which was pretty much Warrior's leitmotif, was a frontal cone AoE. So you had to be really careful with how you position mobs. And it was only, I believe it was only, I think it was around Shadowbringers that they reworked Overpower so that it was a full circle AoE.
Probably.
I will go over past patch notes when we get to those points, but right now we're focused on 2.0, so turn off display active help windows, gotta change that later. But anyway, we're gonna rewind a little bit and talk to Gurkhunt. Blast! At this rate, the crops will never be ready for harvest. If only we had black loam. Just a bit could send our stocks soaring. I'll bet Rotweeda knows where you might find some. Perhaps you might pay her a visit in the orchard. Cannot talk today. Of course, I've always had that problem in some way.
Sucks to be you, nerd.
Oh, and I'm pretty sure he's not watching right now, but I do want to give a special shout out to Tejano Weeb, who followed us who followed the channel when I wasn't looking. All right, talking to Rotweeda. That Gurkhunt's got a head of cabbage if he thinks I'm fetching him any black loam. But if you dare to pinch some from the cook pot, then be my guest. Just mind you don't get trampled upon by the orcs that dwell there. Once you have 3 bushels worth, take the black loam to Prefral at Tiller's Rest. He'll know what to do. Okay, the black loam is still the same as before. Well, I did take on these grounded pirates before, so I might as well. Oh, and I got my Defiance now. Wait, when did Captain Peter Pigeontoe become a thing? I'm gonna have to...
Probably around the same time Captain Tim Chickenfoot stopped being a thing.
No, I don't remember this being a mob. Oh, yep, there he is. He's faint, but I can see him in the corner of the old screen. I'm fairly certain he was probably meant to be an actual important enemy in early main scenario, but For the life of me, I do not... Well, in my defense, I started out as a monk, so I didn't know about the Limsa opening until I started streaming back in Heaven's Ward, so... Alright, now that we've... Oh, and wounded Aurochs are on our list, so... Of course you should see me.
But I don't see you.
I am not John Cena. These Aurochs can see me.
If it's scripted where they can't see you, I'm sorry, the computer can't see you.
Oh, fuck this.
No
Hey, time.
thanks.
That was timed right. Ah, well, level 11. Don't care anymore.
Goodbye, kids. I hope you enjoyed the cookies I've given you. They were laced with LSD. Good luck.
What?
I'm kind of just speed running this right now so I can get to level 15 so I go to Limsa so I can get a different job I can do. So I was just giving kids cookies because they were starving. But they don't care what's in those cookies. They'll just have the best trip of their lives. I don't care.
I mean, in Weiston's defense, he takes care of the kids, so...
Yeah, I know. That's why I put LSD in them. Gonna make sure they have the best time of their lives. You can't stop me. This is my headcanon. Fuck off. Jarbefus does whatever he wants.
I have a feeling that he freaking made this character a Lalafell. But I cannot be sure.
Yeah, I'll let you keep guessing until you see him. It would be kind of funny as a Lalafell, but what if I made him a Hrothgar? Or a Rogadin? That'd be even better.
Alright, there's Preval.
Even the weeds wither and die in this desolate dirt. A bit of this Blackloam ought to change all that. I haven't seen any in ages. Gathering Blackloam's not for the weak of will, nor for the weak of stomach, eh? Oh, don't tell me that Gurkhandin Waldvida neglected to mention where Blackloam comes from. Well, surely you figured it out on your own from the cloying stench. It comes from the Auroch's lair of all places. Well, why dwell on who misled whom about what? Matters is that your efforts have brought us to Blackloam. We can expect a bountiful harvest as a result. Thank you.
Alright, item comparison. Fuck it, keep with the gear.
Oh, Thancred, you're late, as usual.
Alright, plowshares to swords.
Confounded pirates! They know nothing of tilling, only killing. Stealing our shovels to melt and forge into axes of all things. They're biting the hand that feeds them, the mangy mongrels. I'd love to teach those curs a lesson in obedience myself, if I hadn't sworn to Stelvan that I wouldn't fight no more. So, I need you to bring back our farm tools, and make sure those dogs reap what they've sown.
What a coinkydink. I ran into someone who's actually, I think, doing the same quest as I am.
Well, it should be pretty common now.
Yeah.
Like there was another guy over here earlier, giving cookies away too. I don't know where he is now.
And that's the end of that.
I wonder what those sea dogs will try and steal when there's no harvest. Ah, good to see the tools back, and in serviceable condition. Which will be more than we can say of Severin when we get our hands on him. The rat's likely had a role in the theft. Despite him meeting the pirates in secret, I did. Couldn't get less of if the wastrel don't work. But when he consorts with cut purses to take our tools away, he's crossed a line. Stelvan ought to know what sort of scalawag he's dealing with. Take word to him, would you?
Oh, those leather wristbands are... Wait a minute. Armory chest, bracelets, leather wristbands, item comparison. Okay, the wristbands have a little bit more, but meh. Anyway.
Pirates making off with our tools. Redfall did what? Oh, not to take matters into his own hands. Last thing I need is blood on my crops. I'll be damned if Severin thinks he can take us for fools. His treachery won't go unpunished.
And now I've got my low blow.
Cool. I have regular blow. You do with that information as you will.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't... You don't obtain... Oh, wait. Vappa was level 9 when we did this, so... Anyway.
Come to expect a great deal from you, lass. You've never once let me down. Yet what I ask of you now goes beyond aught I've asked before. Do you hear my plea all the same? It eases my mind to have you here. You're no doubt familiar with that scoundrel Severin by now. Well, the scheming scapegrace is at it again. Since that letter came for him, he's been skulking about in that manner he does when he's up to no good. Now he's rounded up his rogues and buggered off with nary a word to anyone. I've grown accustomed to his insolence, but something tells me this is different. It ain't exactly damning. When last I had words with him, he didn't look defiant so much as hunted. I can't help thinking he's gone looking for trouble and found more than he wanted. So I was hoping he might hunt his sorry hide down and drag it back here before it's too late. The ungrateful little cur bites me every chance he gets. I can't quite bring myself to cut him loose. Suppose he reminds me a bit of my younger self. Suffice it to say, rather he didn't come to a sticky end. As for how to find him, try asking Gunveda at the Aetheryte. She was the last one to see him. I dare say she'll be able to tell you where he was headed.
It is literally just my luck that I seem to end up doing these back-to-backs on opposite times of the day from each other. Like, when I first started, it was night. When I'm starting now, it's day. Nothing that passes through those gates escapes my notice. I saw the Rouser and his rabble set out for Woad Whisper Canyon not long ago, singing about drinking themselves stupider. Cheeky sod said I should join them. I told them I'd rather shrivel up than sip whatever it was that had pickled their brains. If you find the idle swine, be sure and give him a cuff around the ear from me, will you? I'm stuck in the mapping.
How are you stuck in the map? It's made of paper.
Nah, you know what I mean, like, stuck in the framework of the land.
Oh, good job. And I pulled that off, but good job.
It was only temporary.
That makes sense. You know, game, it'd be really cool if you gave me the rest of my mail.
Did you hit the reward button?
Yeah, but I don't think it repopulated. I'll have to check again. Sometimes it takes a while for, like, no discernible reason.
Yeah. Alright, there's Alma. I feel like sprint regenerates a little slower these days, though, don't you?
Not really. Again, I haven't really noticed. Because by the time you're ready to use it again, it's already off cooldown.
Good point. Alright. Let's fast forward through this. Severin might have gotten us into his mess, but I ain't about to let him give his life for us. I'd sooner bow to a fishback than be that conniving bastard's debt. To arms!
A true knave. You betray even yourself, Severin. Ugh. We were prepared to overlook the matter of your desertion on the condition that you provided us with suitable replacements. That was the agreement. Yet your latest change of heart leaves your debt to us unpaid. If you are they who betray the Serpent Reavers twice, you would not do so a third time. Cowering behind your protector will only delay the inevitable. Honorless wretch, your life is all you have left. And worthless though it be, we shall take it! O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life.
And once it's alive, it can rip me from my mortal coil. Life is pain. Existence is horrible.
Okay, Mr. Meeseeks. Alright.
Why are you standing up to talk to me? Just say where you gotta stay on the ground.
I want to see how quickly I actually complete this. I think this duty's only like 2 minutes and 2.5 minutes long, so Okay, it starts at 28:30, so, or 28:21, so. Yeah, it only takes a minute to freaking do it nowadays.
You really shouldn't be talking about what you do in the bedroom.
No, I'm talking about defeating the golem. Anyway.
I know.
That the golem could be vanquished. That woman is no ordinary adventurer.
The snake slithered away. I am only glad he did not have the chance to sink his fangs more deeply into you. And now for the classic flashback courtesy of the Echo. Those pirates do not belong to any of the known Lamentin factions. Whom then do they serve? The beast tribes? Surely not. But the timing of their appearance coincides all too neatly with the recent surge in Sahagin and Kobold activity. Something is afoot. The question is, what? Could it be that the tribes are planning to summon their primals? 12 help us if it should prove so. Limsa would be hard-pressed to keep a single primal at bay, let alone two. But all is yet speculation. I must needs find evidence. The seas continue to rise, while the lesser moon continues to fall. And ilm by ilm, the world becomes ever more unlike itself. It is as Louisoix foretold. The coming of chaos has rendered the laws of nature mutable, blurring the boundary between the material and ethereal planes. Little now stands between us and the primals. But they are not here yet. Though time be against us, hope shall ever be on our side. Never did the creed of Charlian ring more true. Never did I dream that I would possess the means to see either. Yet now that I do, I begin to take it for granted. How swiftly do the wonders of Charlian seem commonplace. Here. For you. Have you come for the festivities? Today, the Maelstrom officially makes the Great Hole in the Sea its training ground. Join in the celebrations.
Who was that?
A little girl.
No. Who was that?
Who was what?
Speaking.
Me?
Because I know that... Oh, that was you!
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait.
Just wanted to be clear.
Yeah, laugh it up.
I was.
Wait. A disturbance in the etheric flow. But whence does it emanate? Sea Song Grotto, perhaps? Juju, thank you for the hydrate. What have we here? Can you walk? Tis I. Regrettably, no. He eluded me. Understood. I will inform the Commodore. You collapsed from your exertions. Are you suitably recovered? Severin here has apprised me of all that transpired. His account shed some light upon how you came to be attacked by a golem, of all things. A golem is a mindless automaton, inert save when commanded to be otherwise. Common pirates could not hope to control such a thing, so arcane are its workings. But then these tattooed wretches are no common pirates. They are the minions of the Sahagin. As to their purpose, well, I shall get to the bottom of it. But first, I must escort Severin back to his place of employment. I dare say Stelvan will be wondering what has become of him. And you too, for that matter. I will bear word to him of your preservation, but I am certain he would like to thank you in person. Pray, pay the man a visit. Ah, he told me of you, but perchance he did not tell you of me. My name is Y'shtola. I am a naturalist of sorts, surveying the ether in the hope that it might offer up some clue as to our predicament.
I'd say I owed you my life, but that don't cover it. If it weren't for you, my friends would be dead and all. It is a debt I can never repay. But I'll not make things worse by running away. Take me to Summerford Farms and I'll face the consequences.
For reasons I cannot fathom, you seem... Forgive me. Mayhap we shall have a chance to speak again when I have marshaled my thoughts. Until our paths next cross. Farewell.
All right, back to Summerford. How are you holding up there, Flippy Nips?
Doing stuff.
Yeah.
Trying to get over to Limsa so I can choose a different job.
All right, Stelvan. Law, I need your turn. Shola delivered Severin a bit ago. Tales of your heroic deeds precede you. The rest came shuffling back too. A lot of them sporting the same haunted expression. It's me who's to blame for that. That and the rest. I was once a serpent reaver. Thrall to the Sahagin. 7 hells. Reavers may look and sound and act like pirates, but they're not but the fishbacks flunkies. Us pirates ain't much for laws, but there's things we won't do. We've got a code, see? The Reavers never followed a word of it. A few years back, they started snatching law-abiding Laminsons. I'd only just taken my oath when our captain bent the knee to his new Sahagin masters. I knew I had to get away. So I crept off one night, got myself a new name, and found myself a new home. Summerford Farms. Trouble is, secrets don't stay secret for long around here. And word soon spread. All the way back to the sea. The penalty for desertion is death, but the Reavers offered me a way out instead. My freedom in exchange for my mates. A letter. I don't know what I was thinking. I wasn't bloody thinking. Too busy soiling myself. Aye, but you got there in the end, didn't you? The time came, you made the right decision. The men say little to me, but I hear them talk of how you stood up to the Reavers at the last. How you tried to give your life to save theirs. Be that as it may, no deed, however good, can atone for the crime of betraying your brethren. I know that, I do. That's why I'm going to hand myself over to the Yellow Jackets.
I'll bring shame to the farm no more. You'll hear no arguments from me. Each man must sail according to his own moral compass. I just hope yours guides you back here someday. There will always be a place for Summerford. There will always be a place for you at Summerford Farms, lad. And I'll always be in your debt, Stelban. I owe you a debt too, Freya. Not once have you let me down. Thank you for saving the men of my farm. If I could ask one more favor of you, it'd be this. Tell Barron what's happened from start to finish. Certainly he'd put in a good word for Severin if he knew the whole story. And he's one of the few people I know who the Yellow Jackets will listen to. Well, I reckon I've asked all I can possibly ask of you. Safe travels, lass. Out of curiosity, Juju, who's a sexy NPC?
Me.
You're not an NPC.
That you know of.
You're a side character.
I'm gonna come over to your house and kick you in the knee.
The sad part is we both know where each other lives.
Yeah. That's what makes it entertaining. I could show up at your house and kick you in the knee.
Oh yeah, Vapa went and freaking did a fate to level up. Oh, whoops. And there we are. All right. Now to talk to good old Botteron. Lordy, yes. Life on the farm ain't quite how I pictured it. But you needn't worry yourself over young Severin. Yellow Jacket as hands out the punishments is a good mate of mine. But I ask him nice, I reckon he'd be willing to commute the lad's sentence from hanging to kill hauling. Kindly gent that he is. I'm only jesting with ye. I'll see he's treated fair. Now, sounds to me like you've done everything old Stelvan asked of ye and more. Justifying me generous finder's fee in the process. Much obliged, lass. As for a reward, well, she's a lonely lady, this drowning wench of mine. How'd you fancy keeping her company for a spell? With free room and board? Venture into trying business after all. Them as don't rest their bones every now and then again tend to end up with broken ones. Take it from me. Fighting ain't nearly so much fun when you're nursing a shattered arm. Got that? Good. There'll always be a free bed for you, so make use of it. Not that you'll have much time for lying around. What with all the lebs you'll be doing? Oh, didn't I mention? I'm putting your name down for lebs. Our guild draws all manner of clients, offering all manner of odd jobs. Honestly, you'd be amazed how much folk will pay to avoid doing an honest day's labor. Just give Tomokri a shout whenever you feel like making a few extra gil. She'll always have some task or other for you to do.
My phone died.
Oh, and it's all above board, in case you're wondering. Be careful to stay on the Admiral's right side in here. Unlike some pirates I can mention. I tell ye, if it turns out they had all to do with them kidnappings, there'll be 7 hells to pay. A proper bleeding reckoning. Yep, that's what Limsa needs, though. On rough seas, sometimes you have to rock the boat to ride it. We'll have time for such talk when you're well and rested. Till then, enjoy the wench's hospitality. And we now have access to recommendations. And a nice comfy bed. All right, Juju redeemed the stretch. Thank you for that. We will stretch in just a moment. Back on my chair for a minute. All right. That, as they say, is that for episode 2C of Final Fantasy XIV. So, we're going to take a quick break, and we will move on to the third part of each starter episode. For now, if you're watching on Twitch, stay tuned for more, but if you haven't done it yet, hit that follow button and turn on notifications so you're well informed. Jesus fuck. If you're watching on YouTube and you like the show, click the like button below and leave a comment. Subscribe by clicking here and click the bell icon for notifications. Click here to watch more. Click here to watch the full trip down memory lane, and click here to watch the next episode when it comes out. See you in a bit.